last dab, baby, the last dab. Here we go. We have to put a little
This
dab.
is the last dab experience.
Yes. All right. You have to put a dab on it. And it's the last question, so you need to put a dab too, buddy.
Yes, I will.
Okay,
I
so
will. Just a dab.
just a dab.
Because it's the last dab experience.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
2 dabs. There you go.
All right, you ready for this?
Here we go.
Okay. Okay. I think we're home free.
Definitely bread.
Mm.
Smokin' Ed's iconic Pepper X,
Okay.
which is now officially the world's hottest chili.
Okay.
The world's hottest chili.
Okay, so
Hotter than ghost peppers. Hotter than Carolina Reaper.
Yep. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yep. Nope. We're good. Yep. Let's keep on. Keep
All right.
going.
Very
I'm
good.
glad you got the bread.
Bread is key. All right, so you grew up in the 10th Bristol District, and you still live here in Fairhaven. What is something you deeply appreciate or admire about this town, and what makes you excited to live here? As you take another breath, and your tongue is still probably on fire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Oh, just give me a minute to let that set in. I'll be with you in a minute. So can you repeat the question?
Absolutely. You grew up in the 10th Bristol District, and still live here in Fairhaven. What is something you deeply appreciate or admire about this town, and what makes you still excited to live here?
So, I grew up here. My dad grew up here. My grandfather grew up here. And oh gosh,
You're still excited about the last dab.
and I think this is a town. I mean, and you live here, Charlie, and you've lived here for a long time. It is a very hardworking community of people, and community matters a lot. And what I mean by that is people come together to help each other out. And that's probably true of every city and town. But in Fairhaven, for me, the combination of, the deep-rooted tradition of the community, the history of the community, and people willing to help each other is really meaningful to me. It's kind of made me who I am. And I really appreciate that as a person. This is where I wanted to raise my children, because I wanted them to have the same values that I grew up with. And so that's what I love about Fairhaven. I mean, there's also, we've got beautiful architecture and beautiful natural environment or coastal community. We have rich, fishing and maritime heritage. Trying to be serious. But at the end of the day, there's nothing that we can't solve as a community. Yes, there are times where there are big disagreements on different issues. But one thing that I've learned is that we always come together in the end. And so I love that about my hometown. My mother grew up in Acushnet, so next town over.
Yes.
And I would say those values are also reflected throughout the entire district. I mean, growing up here, Fairhaven has been my home base. It's where I went to school, but I spent a lot of time in Acushnet with my meme and my pepe, and a lot of time in Mattapoisett and Camp Massasoit.
Yeah.
I think if I could have done that full time for the rest of my life, I would have. I spent 9 summers there, and it was just an amazing experience because it was kids from all over the community, and that's where I learned a real appreciation for inclusion and children with disabilities, and how much everybody can learn from being together and being included. That was a very meaningful experience for me, just being a camp counselor. So I love my hometown, but I also really love this district and the experiences that I've had along the way. Whew, and it's kind of cooling down now.
So since you made it through 10 spicy scallops, even the bomb, tell our voters why they should go out to polls and bring it on home. Speak to our voters now.
This is a very consequential election where there are very important decisions that the voters have to make up and down the ballot. And the 10th Bristol State Representative seat is a very important choice for the voters in this district. As I mentioned, I grew up here. The values that I've learned growing up, I think, are critically important for our next state representative to reflect when they vote on issues up in Boston. I have the experience, the background to hit the ground running on day one. I, like everyone else in this district, are aware of the big issues that we face, whether it's on affordability or the challenges around transportation or state aid or protecting our environment or supporting local businesses. And I will be hyper-focused on those issues. I think it's important that we elect someone who shares our values, who's going to fight hard, who's going to work every day, wake up every morning focused on these issues, and I believe I'm that candidate. I believe my track record locally and at state level and in the private sector reflect how I'll perform as your next state representative. So I ask everyone who's tuning in, please vote first and foremost. I ask for your vote for state representative. Our election is on November 5th. Please get out there and vote, and please vote for me, Mark Sylvia. Thanks.
Awesome.
Woo! All right, and that's a wrap. Are we having a wrap party?